Well, rising tensions and new faces could see the socialist squad fall apart in the House of Representatives. One America's Shane Althaus has the latest.
Just like the Beatles or boy band One Direction, groups inevitably break up. This is no different for the congresswomen who make up the progressive squad on Capitol Hill. In fact, insiders on the Hill believe the breakup is imminent. Recently, Minnesota Congresswoman and squad member Ilhan Omar directly criticized New York Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez for live streaming her coronavirus vaccination on Instagram.
Ready? Mm-hmm. Relax your arm. Okay, that's it.
Omar, who herself lost her father to coronavirus, released a statement on Twitter, slamming members of Congress who received coronavirus vaccines before frontline workers and the elderly. Some have claimed Omar hadn't known about Ocasio-Cortez receiving the vaccine when she wrote the tweet, though this would imply she had gone a whole 2 days without hearing about the video, which immediately made headlines when it was posted. Another factor which will test the squad's resolve is the incoming group of progressive representatives who could pull members like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Ilhan Omar, Michigan Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib, and Massachusetts Congresswoman Ayanna Pressley away from each other on specific issues, following 2 years of the squad walking locked in step on policy agendas. For example, incoming progressive New York Congressman-elect Richie Torres became one of the 2 first openly gay black men elected to Congress. One identifying feature of the congressman is how he is a self-described pro-Israel progressive, something which could put him at odds with Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, who has long been accused of not only being a critic of Israel, but anti-Semitic as well.
That Israel has a right to exist, it has a right to defend itself, and that the American-Israeli relationship is one of the most important bilateral relationships in the world. And we have to preserve it for the next generation of Israelis and Americans.
Torres has said he will, quote, not sign up for squad duty, and 2 other progressive congressmen-elects Jamal Bowman and Mondaire Jones could start to pull attention away from the squad and compete for progressive voters around the country. What's more, progressive voters across the nation are now criticizing their representatives like Ocasio-Cortez for kowtowing to the demands of Nancy Pelosi and the Democrat establishment, even throwing their support behind President Trump on issues like higher stimulus checks for individual Americans. Some progressives have even started to move towards the right, as Republican leaders like President Trump and Rand Paul champion ideas like ending the wars or draining the swamp of lobbyists in Washington, D.C. This new political climate is beginning to make gaining influence even more difficult for celebrity legislators like Ocasio-Cortez and the squad. Shane Althaus, One America News.
Want to see more videos like this? Visit OANN.com for immediate access to all the clips you've been waiting to see.